After the founding of the Exploratory Inverted Initiative and the discovery of extra-universal biology, the United States Central Intelligence Agency was pressured by President Lyndon B. Johnson to formulate a defensive program in the scenario that the nation would encounter a hostile alien threat. This would lead to the formation of a, now deprecated, research group known simply as the Forecasters. Using data recovered from various interactions with extra-universal organisms, the team was able to conclude that our world may be threatened by the existence of others, in which may reside hostile life forms. This prompted the creation of the United States Working Anomalous Research Department, WARD. By the late 1960s, the department began to turn its attention towards reconnaissance. Specifically, methods of locating and exploring trans-universal junction points were heavily researched. This eventually led to the first expedition into another universe. After their discoveries, the researchers presented their findings to the head of WARD. The individual in charge felt so disturbed that they immediately resigned from the position. A governing court was established, and, by 1969, Project HIVE had been approved. Project HIVE, which is currently ongoing, represents human intelligence for veering extinction. While many believe that the extinction of the human race is inevitable, the project aims to postpone this event by almost any means necessary. Thomas Clifton Mann, an enthusiastic politician born in 1912, was sworn in as the director of Project HIVE. Mann used his high influence over WARD personnel to prioritize mission MALFORM, or the major alteration of life for the functioning of the remnant of mankind. Assuming that mankind would soon be decimated by extra-universal aliens, the aim of this mission was to create a supercomputer capable of predicting when various trans-universal junction points would appear. The mission was given a budget of $20 million United States dollars. The components of this supercomputer, dubbed Asset 45 Alpha, came in the form of 20 of the world's greatest minds. These subjects had been carefully handpicked from the United States population. Said individuals were selected for specific attributes, including genius IQ, exceptional memory, mental plasticity, social adaptability, and brilliant problem-solving skills on par with some of history's greatest savants. Out of the 20, 11 of the obtained were willing participants. The other 9 subjects were forcibly abducted and held against their will. Using methods outlined by the computational device was constructed using cutting-edge blueprints transmitted to particle detectors located at Site 700's primary research facility. Messages also indicate that similar biological technologies, which have yet to be invented, will not be developed by public researchers until the mid-2020s. These systems allow organs to sustainably survive outside of the body. It has been hypothesized that by the 2030s, such methods of preservation will eliminate the need for organ donors. The operation was authorized by Thomas Mann in December of 1983, but was not carried out until 1984. During this duration, more signals were received regarding what was now to be termed NEXUS, the Neural Exotic Unified Sapiens. Many of these messages contained updated assembly information, such as the inclusion of tetralobian secretions in the input formula, allowing for accelerated healing. The surgical procedure was executed in the month of March. The nervous systems of the 20 subjects had, pre-surgery, been exposed to small amounts of electrical current in sessions of shock therapy. This had conditioned their brains to, at the cellular level, intercept and interact with stronger electrocortical signals than those the normal human experiences. The consciousnesses of the abducted had fully adapted to their new environment after 2 months, their neurons proving more resilient than had been previously calculated. Thus, Phase 2 of Mission MALFORM was enacted. The minds were exposed to binary signals and were able to respond successfully. The first communication event was an undocumented conversation via a specially designed kiosk. This terminal served as the main access point to the NEXUS for around 3 weeks. Then, permission was granted to allow the compound intelligence access to other electronic components by connecting it to an Internetwork Protocol, IP, interface. After it was discovered that the NEXUS system could perform complex calculations and predictions, as well as analyze and store large amounts of information in a short amount of time, the next experiment that was carried out involved testing NEXUS's performance in real-time actions. The aim of the selected trial was to determine whether NEXUS could control remotely operated machines, primarily tanks and all-terrain vehicles. Due to the technological limitations of the time, the radio relay system only allowed for delayed control rather than direct operation, and more funding was channeled towards this goal. Using standard ports, a connection was established with the specially constructed Major Intelligence Response Administrative Reactor, or the MIRAR system. This complex array offers NEXUS access to a constantly increasing amount of data with little to no restriction. This ensures that the NEXUS will always be able to monitor Earth, as in coming years, it is projected that IP interface will become the dominant means of data transfer not only for government individuals, but also for the civilian populace.